Hi fams! Today I'll be teaching you on how to cover a cake using a gold buttercream. To make this, you need to prepare your icing sugar, margarine, sieve your icing sugar and combine it with your margarine. Don't forget to add 3 tablespoons of warm water and half teaspoon of any flavor of your choice. Then let's go straight to layering the cakes. Now I used a fruit cake. This is known as the rich fruit cake and vanilla cake. I layered it with buttercream and I crumb coated it. It is also very optional for one to add cake filling in between the cakes. It gives the cake an extra moist and gives it more sweetness, making it to be more yummier than what it's supposed to be. So it's very optional. You can actually use that. But most clients want their cake with filling inside, like strawberry or jam or milk filling, with caramel, whatever filling it is. There are different kinds of filling, which we'll be going into that in detail in the next video. So for this, I only layered with my buttercream, which the measurement is for 500 gram of icing sugar. I actually use Susan icing sugar. I've not tried other icing sugar yet, but I prefer Susan. 500 gram of icing sugar to 250 gram of margarine. Here in Nigeria, we use Super Delicious and other margarine too, depending on your location. Then the next thing you need is your flavor. Your flavor, you can use 1 drop. It depends on how concentrated your flavor is. Then you mix it together on a medium speed and make sure it has like till it gets to a particular consistency that you desire. Then you can stop. You can actually mix with your hands or with your hand mixers. When I say with your hands, I mean using a wooden spatula to mix. I don't mean using your bare hands. No, it's generally unacceptable to use your bare hands to mix anything that is edible because of some reasons. Yes. So back to our cake. As you can see, we've gotten to the trimming part. I didn't want to trim the cake too much because it was already looking small and I didn't want the client to complain. The cake was actually good, but I just needed it to have a very good shape. Then there are two different types of coating. We have the crumb coating and the cream coating. This cream coating has to do with when you're only using your buttercream to coat the cake. Then if you're using few particles of your cake, blended cakes, those blended parts, if you're using it for your crumb coating, like if you're putting it into your buttercream and mixing it together, it can be called crumb coating. You're using cake crumbs for it, so that's why it's called crumb coating. It is spelled as crump. I don't mean p, I mean b. So crumb coating. So here I didn't add any particle of cake as when I made this. I just made a cream coating, yes. But everybody knows it as, most persons knows it as crumb coating. But this one in particular was cream coating. So back to business. This cake was yummy, it was nice, it was amazing. I love baking cakes. I have passion for cakes. So as you who is watching this video, I believe you also have passion for cakes. Don't forget to tap on the subscribe button. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, on YouTube, like our videos, share it so we can post more. The more engagement we have, the more motivation we have to keep posting. But the lesser the engagement, the more we feel like we should stop at the moment. But we will not stop. We will keep pushing. So this is time to pipe the buttercream. There are several types of covering your cake. There are several types of covering your cake. This is the piping method. This piping method saves your buttercream. It makes you not to waste or use too much of your buttercream. So I, as a beginner, this is the best method to use. Just as in fondant, we have the paneling method. The paneling method saves a lot of time and is perfect for beginners. So as buttercream piping method is okay for beginners. So as a beginner, I advise you to make use of the piping method because it is easier, faster. But as a professional, you can go ahead with other forms, other ways. It's always good to explore beyond what you can actually do, beyond your imagination. It is always good to explore. As you can see, I'm making sure that the openings, filling all the openings and trying to create a perfect, clean, smooth, stunning buttercream cake. So I didn't add any color to this, to my margarine, to my mixture. I didn't add any color to my buttercream. So the idea is when I'm done with this, I will have a mixture, which is I will make a mixture of edible art gold with an edible spirit, combine it together and spray on the cake. That's the idea. You can actually use a brush or a pumper for this. As you can see, our buttercream is ready. It's time to get ready for making a rosette or anyone as the spirit leads. Let's get started. So I had to fix the nozzle in to the piping bag, the buttercream, and then get ready to pipe. I did this and I had to set it aside for the main work is here. As you can see, this is the pumper. If there is any other name for this, I don't think I'm aware, but it's called pumper. It's used for, it is, the other use is to apply a color on a cake, not directly to the cake, on the body. Yes, so as you can see, I'm spraying it. Some people call it a spray, some people call it a pumper, but I, for sure, it should be called a spray, right? If I'm not right, please give me the correct answer in the comment section. So as you can see, for making this type of cake, you want to spray, you want to change the color or something, it is very much advisable you do it on a blackboard. In as much as you're doing it on a blackboard, cake board I mean, don't also forget to place something on your board so as to prevent it from getting stained with the color that you're using on the cake. That is one perfect thing to note. As you can see, I'm piping the top. I love this design. This design is actually my best because it actually makes the cake to look more stunning than it was. Yes, this cake is looking beautiful. It's nice. Everybody saw the cake and they were like, wow, is this really a good cake? Is this a good cake? How did you get this? This is beautiful. This is nice. But one thing I must tell you for sure is that practice, exploring yourself to knowledge, getting knowledge from different angles is actually the best. So don't forget to like, share, comment, and follow us. I hope to see you in my next video because I would have another video coming up on how to cover another buttercream cake. We have a lot of videos to drop. As you can see, our amazing gold buttercream cake is ready to go. See you in my next video. Bye guys.